All right, we want to welcome in the man of the hour, making the rounds and all the national shows, popping up on my social media everywhere. It's the great Jason Licht, Bucs GM. Do we have the same hat on? No, close, but
close, yeah.
Oh, we're close. Good. Well, all right. So, first question. Thank you for doing this, by the way. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Good to see you.
Good to see
all
you.
Right, so, the a-holes and douchebags line was awesome and epic, and I just absolutely love it. I know you've got probably a lot of reaction. My question is, how many a-holes and douchebags did you take off your board? Just in general, how many do you take off your board maybe per year, this year and per year?
It varies year to year, and it's, I don't know, probably 20.
20, wow.
Maybe more, probably more. That's a good question. I'll have to look that up. Now, I do kind of want to say there's a fine line between it. Now, we have a long process, okay? We have a long process of defining who we're taking off and who we're not. Now, it's just because the guy's maybe people don't like him and he's a, D-bag or an asshole. We're not going to just automatically take him off. It's got to affect their football character, and it's got to affect the team. I mean, there's a lot of people that fit that description that are very good football players, and maybe it works in their favor.
This is true. Yeah.
And there's a difference between a bad guy and an immature person. And we'll take immature and help them develop. But, we just don't want people that are going to affect the locker room in a negative way that affects the performance of others and the team and ultimately puts them before the team. So, other things that we don't want to deal with. So, but it's we'll take a guy that's a little bit of a D-bag or an asshole that if they can get to the quarterback for sure.
There's a sliding scale, right? Yes, yeah. Absolutely. So I'm always interested in the process, and you've talked about a lot of these guys, so I want to get more to process here. Like you always praise your scouts for going out and doing this character work. Do you have any stories or anything like how far do you go? What will you do that maybe the fans don't know to really find out? Do you talk to their math teachers? Do you talk to their priests? Do you talk to the custodian? How far have you gone to find out some information?
No, I was an area scout at one point too, and it's been a while, but I understand what they go through. You take a lot of pride as a scout getting the true information of a player, and you never want to be wrong on that. Now, we're wrong on our evaluations sometimes. Not everybody's 100%. Because there's a lot that goes into whether a player succeeds or not. It can be the environment that they're in. It can be the city. It can be various distractions because of the location and all that. So all I care about is how the player does when we draft and how the outcome of the player that we draft. But anyway, so you want to go and you want to get as much as you can. So they'll go to, at all lengths. They'll call high school teachers, high school coaches. The custodians are always an easy one to talk to.
They know everything, by the way. They know everything.
Oh, yeah. And everything. And, the Breakfast Club, I'm the eyes and ears,
Yeah.
And, so they'll go at all lengths. In terms of like a specific story, it caught me off guard, but I know our scouts have parked themselves in places to make sure that they get as much information as possible.
At the mall, wherever. That's interesting stuff. All right, so rookies mini camp is this weekend. You've got a lot of interesting guys coming in. You got one guy in Tez Johnson who could fit three of him into Desmond Watson. You get the biggest guy and the smallest guy. And you also have Ben Chukwuma from Nigeria. This is just one of the most fascinating stories that you found this guy, paid him $300K, the biggest bonus, 6'6", what's he, 310 now, from Nigeria, played 2 years of football. So there's a lot of interesting cats coming in. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to seeing them all. There's not one in particular. Of course, you want to watch your high picks and how they perform. I'm always excited about pass rushers, so I want to see David Walker, see how he looks. But it's some of these undrafted guys that I'm excited to see that have an opportunity here with our team, like John Bullock, linebacker from Nebraska. We got another center/guard, Ben Scott from Nebraska. Safety from Marshall, J.J. Roberts, that really excited about. A lot of these guys made it. You mentioned Ben already. Jake Majors, a center from Texas. These are just some of the few. Most of these guys, if not all of them, they were on our draft board. So
right.
In our mind, it's like an extra draft pick, and we get to see how they, if they can make our team.
Have you met Ben? Have you met him and talked? I know your scouts have. I mean, what an interesting story. And I love the part where he left Georgia State and went back to take care of his dad who has Parkinson's. I mean, that's a lot of character in that young man. What are your thoughts on him specifically?
Just what we like about him is he's really only played 1 year plus a couple games, the year before, defensive line, then moved to offensive line. So he's just a raw piece of clay that the offensive lines coaches, Carbs and BP they can just start from scratch here.
Yeah.
And they get excited about that. It's, there may be some bad habits, but they haven't been bad habits for a long time. Right. So they can be easily addressed. So he's got a chance now. We're pretty excited about him.
You mentioned David Walker, obviously small school. This is kind of your wheelhouse when you get these guys. His athleticism is off the charts, and the tape is just crazy to watch, but it's Central Arkansas. So you got to take that with a grain of salt. But what is it about him specifically that you think he can really make it in this league make such a jump?
He's got tremendous instincts. He's got tremendous use of hands. He's got an arsenal of moves. He's got a big burst. He's powerful, and he's got a relentless motor. He's got the only thing that when you draw it, he doesn't have the size and length that the ideal, edge rusher has. He's short on the short side, but all the other things kind of make up for it. There's been plenty of undersized Dwight Freeney's and Robert Mathis and James Harrison and on and on and on that kind of fit his. Now I'm not putting him in that category yet, but he's like
Shaq Barrett,
Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
But he's very, very mature guy. He's a guy also that was just a really good athlete at anything he did. He's a great soccer player, that you could see that in his footwork too. So it's just a guy that's kind of been successful at everything he's done athletically. And I think it's going to transfer.
Some of these other guys that are coming in, you didn't mention the biggest name, and that's Shiloh Sanders. Now, is dad coming with him? My good buddy and classmate Dion, will he be here at all, or are we he wants to keep it on the down low? Have you talked to Shiloh at all about that?
I have not. We'll see him today. We're not expecting Dion. Dion's got his own thing going on. Maybe at some point come see his son in practice, like any father would want to do. So I'll have my own sons out here. So no, he's gonna be just like anybody else, and he's battling to make a spot, make the team. There's no guarantees.
Yeah. All right. So it's a couple other things I have to ask about. Are you and Bert Kreischer like best friends now? Because you two seem like you had him over there shooting the cannons. You two guys seem like you would hang out and go to a Country Thunder concert and have a few beers.
I love him. I idolize him, and I've met him a couple times, and I have his number, and we've texted a little bit. But it's kind of like I'm kind of the kid trying to be his friend, and he's like kind of pushing
the fanboy.
Yeah, I'm fanboying him. Like, I'm pissed that I wasn't a part of this whole thing. I didn't know he was going to be there on the ship. If someone's going to hear from me, that reminds me. I got to talk to somebody around here.
They didn't invite you to come over for that party?
Well, I did have things going on that day, but I guarantee I could have beat him in the Stein holding contest.
The Stein hole, I saw that.
I 100%
beat Tristan Wirfs.
I have fallen asleep holding that. Okay?
Why were you not in that contest?
I have no idea.
On.
Yeah, somebody made a mistake.
All right, so one last question. I have so many spies out there, Jason. I heard you got a new gig. The U.S. Kids Tour. You're now caddying for Theo. Now, how does that for your son? How does that work? Does he get mad at you if you give him a bad yardage? What's going on there?
I almost got fired. So we've done 2 tournaments now, and last week we had one at the Eagles, and I forgot the rangefinder. So it was awful. So we had the.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
And they don't have the
yardages. Your driver, that's the number one piece of equipment. What are we doing?
I know. Well, the first one that I showed up to, when we got there and checked in, I didn't know what to expect. And I said, so can I watch? And they said, well, are you going to caddy? I said, well, I guess, yeah, I guess I am. So I'm the only dad. There's like 60 dads and moms caddying for their kids. I'm the only one without a push cart. I'm lugging them around. And I looked at my phone. I 10.6 miles at West Chase, which is kind of
Yeah.
I was sore for days after that.
It's kind of a swamp. It's a tough slog.
We got the cart. I tried to order it. I tried to have it delivered like on the 10th hole, but we got it like the next day. So
you didn't call for the cart. You called for the cart too?
No, I ordered on Amazon. I tried to.
Oh, it's fantastic. If Amazon would have brought you a cart at the turn, that would have been the best. That would have been the best promo for them ever. Fantastic. Yeah. Hey, Jason, congrats on the draft. Really appreciate you doing this. We'll see you out there this weekend, and good luck in the caddying endeavors. You got work to do.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks.